The TORO Women's Interprovincial was held at St Clair Golf Club in Dunedin last weekend. It's an event that dates back to 1949 and has as much colour as it does history. 14 provinces contested the week-long event, but by Saturday, only 4 teams remained in the hunt. 20-time champions Auckland marched through to the final after beating Bay of Plenty 3 matches to 2 in their semi.
It's always hard being the favourite, but we've done our best and it's all we can ask for, and we're just doing our own thing, and what happens, happens. We're just excited to be here again this year in the final.
Key to Auckland's success thus far, a close team bond.
I think we're all playing for each other, and we bond really well as a team. We were given 3 rooms and we ended up all staying in one, and the cleaners actually had to ask us to move our beds back into the normal rooms, so we all just get along really well and enjoy each other's company a lot.
The joint favourites would wait to see who they'd face in the afternoon as the other semi-final continued. Fellow favourites Wellington took on Waikato, and the girls from the capital looked in control with 2 early points on the board. But Waikato bounced back, Charlotte Wilson closing out her match with Barbara Perino 4-3. Also on the 15th, this putt from Waikato captain Sarah Bradley, good enough to win her match against Taronga Pai Clay with a 4-3 scoreline. So with the semi-final locked up at 2 points each, it came down to the number ones. Wellington's Julianne Alvarez 3 up over Hannah Seafit, playing the 15th. Wellington winning their semi 3 matches to 2 and into their 3rd TORO Interprovincial final in 13 years.
For Wellington, the week's been pretty good. I mean, our goal for this week was just to stick to our processes, stick to what we've been working on throughout the year and building on. And as long as we've achieved that, then we're a successful team. And so I feel that we have achieved that.
But standing in their way of a TORO Interprovincial crown was arch rivals Auckland.
We know that they're also a favourite. We know that we've beaten them before at the quadrangular earlier in the year, and they are a really good group of players, but so are we. And so I reckon it's going to be quite close.
They usually start with a bit of a hiss and a roar, so if we can just keep grinding and get through the 18 holes, then it'll probably come down to the survival of the fittest with the amount that we've played as well.
1, 2, 3!
If Wellington were known for their fast starts, then Auckland turned the tables. The defending champions quickly up in the first 2 matches, thanks to Larissa Uruwera and the unbeaten Brittany Dryland. Auckland number 3, Joanna Kim, soon had them ahead in 3 matches after winning the first 3 holes against Barbara Perino. Neither number 2, Taronga Pai Clay, nor number 1, Julianne Alvarez, able to win early holes for Wellington as they searched to end their province's 20-year drought. But as the pairings came through the turn, Wellington began to claw their way back into the final. New Zealand rep Alvarez leading from the front to be 2 up over Wen Young Kei. The final delicately poised at 2.5 matches each. Wellington number 5, Alana Braybrook, another to affect the change in momentum. This to go 1 up over Larissa Uruwera. Then Titirangi teenager Brittany Dryland went ahead in her match with Lucy Davis thanks to an ace on the 13th. Teammate Joanna Kim eagled the 12th and had this to win her match with Perino 5-4. Auckland with their first point on the board, and the pendulum had swung back in their favour. Wellington bounced back immediately through Julianne Alvarez, the inspirational number 1 beating Wen Young Kei 4-3. The final locked up at 1 point apiece. Up ahead on 16, Larissa Uruwera had fallen behind in her battle with Alana Braybrook. 1 down playing the 17th, the Auckland captain needed this to win the hole and keep her match alive. Their topsy-turvy battle continued to the final green, where Braybrook had this to claim Wellington's 2nd point. Over to Uruwera to win the hole and share the points. The final still locked up at 1.5 points each. A tense matchup continued between the 2 unbeaten number 4s. Wellington's Lucy Davis responding to Dryland's ace to win the 15th hole and square their match. The pair were still all square playing 18, where Dryland's deft touch continued. Davis, though, would 3-putt for bogey, leaving the door ajar for Dryland to earn a hard-fought point. With news through that Auckland's Munchin K had gone one up on the 17th, the defending champs realised they couldn't be beaten. Celebrations beginning for their 21st title. Impressive number 2 Taronga Pai Clay had this to salvage a half point against Munchin K. But it wasn't enough to stop Auckland winning 3 points to 2. The Blue and Whites once again claiming the TORO Interprovincial title.
Feels pretty good. We didn't realise how close it was until we were coming down the last few holes, and 3 of our matches went to 18, but it's awesome to go back to back.
The talk of the tournament was Brittany Dryland's hole-in-one.
Kay, our manager, was standing on the tee with us. I had out a 5-iron and she said, no, take one more. So I did, and then I hit it. And I knew it was a good shot, so I went to pick up my tee, so I didn't see it go in. But yeah, I heard everyone scream.
Although the 19-year-old singled out an even more important shot.
Probably hitting the 18th green and getting the 2 putts, because it put pressure on her to do the same.
Captain Larissa Urawera also contributing to the victory with some clutch putts.
I knew that I had to hold that putt on 17 just to give myself a chance down 18.